Did you ever see AI?
I've never seen
AI. You've never seen it? Kevin, if you like robot movies...
I know.
Oh my god.
I know.
That you need to see that.
Yeah.
What about Haley Joel Osment?
Yeah, and that's a movie that everyone I know hated.
Really?
And I'm like, why? It's a fucking little boy being miserable.
Yeah.
The whole movie is a kid, bad shit happening to him, and he's miserable, and he's suffering.
Aww.
It's terrible. What is brilliant about that movie, why I love that movie, is I heard that, and then I watched the movie, and what happens in the first minute of the movie, the beginning of the movie, is a classroom. It's a classroom like many years before I think the rest of the movie starts.
Yeah.
And it's a classroom, and they've just now seen the beginning of AI. Like, oh, look, we can make people, like robot people, whatever.
Yeah.
So, what's the morality of this? What do you think about it? And, someone's, oh, I think it sucks. Oh, I like it. Whatever. It's people in the chat talking. And he's like, can we love a robot like that?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, no, no, we made it. No, absolutely not. It's the thing. And the guy goes, okay, how many of you don't like it because of this? How many of you don't like it that? How many of you are Christians? And a bunch of them raise their hand. He goes, okay, in the Bible, doesn't it say that God built us for us to love him? Like that was the relationship. Mm-hmm. So why can't you love that? If you're Christian, why can't you say, like, they open this whole debate, could you love or feel for a machine? And they all go, no, whatever. And then everyone I know saw the movie and hated it because they're fucking making this little boy suffer. And it's like, they told you at the beginning. Yeah. Is that possible? And everyone who watches it goes, no. But didn't you get upset that they were tortured? And they make it so clear the boy is a robot. The boy is programmed to do one thing. Mm-hmm. He's programmed to find his mother. And the whole movie is him going, where's my mom? Where's my mom? And you're going, no! Let him find his mom. Don't hurt him. And it's like, yeah, the movie sets up that debate at the beginning and proves you wrong. Yeah. The movie goes, yeah, oh, you can get attached. Mm-hmm. And you just did. Yeah. And I think it's so great. It's such a trick on the audience that they set that up. And everyone leaves it going, fuck you just made it suffer. It's like, no, it was a machine programmed to do one thing. The whole movie, he's looking for his mom, and he's just looking for it. And your human emotions are getting in the way, going, oh, he can't find his mom. No, it's a thing programmed to do that.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a brilliant movie. I thought it was really, really cool.
I'll definitely watch that.
I didn't watch it because everyone said it was going to make me cry, so I didn't watch it.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a tearjerker, but I call movies like that. I've talked to Sean about this. I call movies like that Pinocchio porn, where it's like, it could be, oh, I wish it could be a real boy. I wish that kind of stuff. Yeah. Chappie has that. Like the trailer was soaked in that, and I'm like, oh, a robot trying to be a person, and it's sad. Oh yeah, I'm in.
And that's why I like Short Circuit 2 so much.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I haven't seen those in 20 years.
It has all that, like, not fitting in, getting like pissed on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I also haven't seen those in 20 years. That's scary.
I've got to see those again. Are they both on the?
Oh, they alternate. Sometimes.
Because someone told me only 2 or something.
Yeah, only 2 was on there once, and I think 2 was off, and then 1 was on there or something. 2's better than the first one.
People say the last 20 minutes of AI ruined the movie. That is such a misunderstanding of that movie. That the ending of AI, without going into it, suffers the same fate as Lost ending. Remember, I mean, there's some people who know what happens in the Lost ending, they don't like it. Okay, good. Yeah. But so many people, oh, they were dead the whole time. Fuck, oh my god, watch it again. That's not what happens. Yeah. AI, same thing. They just got so weird at the end. Yeah, we ruined the whole movie. Did you know it was this and this and this? They didn't say that. Yeah, just watch it again. It's like people get pissed off by the ending and don't go back. Yeah. And it's great. It's Steven Spielberg. You know what the fuck he's doing. Like, whatever. Watch it again. Some people know what happens and they understand it and they don't like it, and that's fine. Yeah. But so many people misunderstand the ending and go, oh, done. I'm sorry. Did you say you hadn't seen E.T.?
I haven't seen E.T., but I also have no interest.
I have. You let me borrow it.
Why don't you have interest?
Again, because it's like, I'm going to cry, but it's also...
I have been dying to watch that lately. Yeah. I think you guys need to come over and then, like, after you get back. Yeah. We need to all watch E.T.
Okay.
Definitely.
I think it's worth your time.
Yeah. I understand that it's worth my time.
Yes.
It's like, I don't know. It's just one of those ones that is like has so much hype around certain things.
I wouldn't hype it. It's just a good 80s movie.
I feel like I should probably We really do need to watch Star Wars.
Yeah,
I feel really
yeah.
bad because everybody talks about it all the time.
But you got, yeah, like I said, you got to just understand, it's blown up into what it is because it's been around so long. It's 3 cute old movies. That's it. It's not like...
No, I need to, like... I really do need to just open my mind and watch it properly, like, as if I was watching it without all of this.
Yeah.
How many...
That's what I did.
It's Napoleon Dynamite syndrome. It's like, that's a really clever movie made with no money. But people ruined it. Oh, you got any tots? Oh, you got any tots? And it was like, fuck this movie. But then it's like, you watch it 10 years later after everyone stops talking about it, and it's like, it's kind of a clever movie. It's not the best movie ever, but this is like, there's something genuine here. And the unfortunate thing with Star Wars is no one's ever stopped talking about it. But it all stems from 3 cute old movies. Yeah. So, whatever. They're not going to be your favorite of all time, but they're fun. And it's history, you know. I think movies were never the same after those. So, it's definitely worth checking out. But same with E.T. E.T.'s not in my top 10 or anything, but it's like and it's, to this day, Steven Spielberg is like, that's still my best movie. Yeah. You know, so it's like, for that, it's worth seeing. Okay. But for some reason, I've been in an E.T. mood. You should watch that. When you get back, let's all watch that.
Sounds fun. We just watched, because I'd never seen Cars or WALL-E. And
that's right, I meant to ask you about that.
I'd never seen either of those films, and again, Cars, I was like, this sounds so dumb. Yeah. And I watched it, and I was like, oh no, I have feelings for Cars.
It's a charming movie. It's a really good movie.
It's a good movie.
I teared up at the old Howard song. Where they were talking. I was like, oh no. I'm crying about Cars. What's happening?
That's a movie that, to me, has this really great message of not only just don't forget the little people, you know, like, oh, he's big and he forgot whatever, but just there are people who, even when you're not thinking about them, are helping you. Yeah. And I don't know any other movie that did it in such a great way as Cars. Yeah. That's just a little thing, but that movie was really like, you know, it's easy to forget that someone out there might be helping you right now and you're not thinking about them, you know? And I thought, that's great. This is a great movie. And still, so many people write it off. NASCAR. Or country music. Or Larry the Cable Guy. Yeah. It's just not, that's not the full picture. And even when you wrote about it, someone wrote, I saw on your Facebook, someone wrote, Cars is to whatever, DreamWorks tier. And I guarantee, I bet you that person did the same thing. NASCAR.
Bad at it. Similar to other people we've talked about.
I didn't mean to bash them on the thing.
Everything.
All right.
Just wants to have the most controversial opinion in the room.
But tons of people just parrot that opinion on that movie.
It's such a shame because it's great.
Yeah, and I watched it. I remember I was sick and I wanted to get caught up on all the Pixar movies. And I bought that one and, let's get this over with. And I was just like, man, people just drank the Kool-Aid on that. They just, Cars are stupid. And it's a great movie. The second one, you don't need to watch.
It looks like it's a fun spy movie.
Hey, I want to watch that.
Yeah, but it's a fun movie. It's a chase around the world. Oh shit, this is happening? Yeah. Oh no! And it's a big chase. That's it. It didn't harm anything by existing. Yeah. It didn't need to exist. No. I hope they don't make a third one, but if they do, whatever.
Probably will.
Yeah.
But, there are a bunch of planes movies, but it's not Pixar.
No, it's not Pixar.
It is Disney still there, right?
Yeah. Disney made those to be direct to video. They were not meant for theaters. No. And then I think, honestly, because they lost so much money on John Carter, they made the decision to put it in theaters as a revenue thing. And they made 3 of them. I don't know if the third one's going to theaters though.
Probably not.
Because the second one made no money.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't need to see that. I'm good with not seeing that.
Guys, Advanced Warfare is coming right up. Just wait about another 20 minutes, half hour, and we're gonna get some gameplay.
Yeah, we're cleaning the disc off.
Yeah, the PS4 is a little dingy. But anyway, but WALL-E. Oh my god. That's I think my favorite Pixar.
That's amazing.
That's my favorite Pixar.
I saw it with Derek and Sean, and when it was over, it was just like that dealt with the world being ended.
Yeah.
That dealt with where could humanity go, and it's kind of not pleasant, you know. It's I thought it was bold for them to go the direction they did. Yeah. Everyone overweight in the chairs with the thing. I was like, I give Disney it's not as often now as it was back then that Disney would do stuff that was kind of like, oh, they did that?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's kind of ballsy that they did that. Personally, if I could criticize anything in the movie, but it's not even really criticism, I enjoyed that 45 minutes of no dialogue so much that once there was, I was kind of like, oh, I would have been okay if there was no talking in this movie. But it didn't, I mean, that was the movie. That's the way it went, and I enjoyed it. Yeah. If I was directing, I would have tried to find a way, but I bet they did. I bet, because they got that far with no dialogue, I bet they even entertained, But what could you really do? You'd have to limit yourself. So, you know, just a thought. But I thought it was great. It had a great message. It had a great everything about it, and it, you know, it was emotional. I mean, I just can't say enough good things about that. I love Up. I really like Up. But that to me is like, okay, here's a moment I really love, and then this part I don't really care. But then this is great. I don't really care about that. But this is great. And overall, it made a great movie. But Wall-E to me was like front to back. That was great.
Me too.
Like, and I've always been a sci-fi person, so that's why I appreciate it a little more.
I've never been a sci-fi person.
Oh, really?
I'm super not into sci-fi at all.
Yeah, that's always been my thing.
I think that's probably why I was like, it's robots. I don't really.
Yeah, and that's I didn't know that about you, and now it's the Star Wars thing is clear.
Yeah, it makes
why you didn't leap to
sense,
that, because that is in my blood. Is even as a kid, it's like if it's not sci-fi, I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch anything realistic. And so finally, I didn't see Star Wars until I saw bits and pieces of it as a kid, and I was like, "That's cool," but we didn't own them. And then I was in like junior high, going into high school, and I was like, "I need to just sit down and watch them." And they were really charming. It was the last version of them released before they added any of the CG shit. And I was like, "Wow, those are really fun old movies." And then the prequels were about to come out, and it's like, "Cool, now I can see those." And that was just. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't realistic stuff for me. It was like fantasy. I was like, all I read as a child were witches, wizards.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. That was not in my.
But I didn't read Lord of the Rings, so it wasn't high fantasy. It was like.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's.
Magic was my thing.
Sure. Yeah, I like that stuff too. But
I just. Wall-E was so beautiful, but like more and more now I'm getting into sci-fi and appreciating sci-fi stuff.
Well, that's good.
And that was like, I don't know, I feel like before I used to really not like dystopian movies, but then I've watched a bunch of like Interstellar and I've watched a bunch of stuff like that recently, and I'm like, oh, I really like this actually.
End of the world shit has been in my family. My mom's favorite stuff was always like, oh yeah, the world end. Like as a kid, she showed me Planet of the Apes, Omega Man. Omega Man, Charlton Heston after everything has ended, and he's just going. It was what became I Am Legend was adapted in the same thing, but it was like him going to movie theaters by himself after it all ended. That was always my mom's favorite stuff, and she would always show me like, you should see this, like you should, and so that's always been a fascination to me. It's like, really cool. And so it was great when later I got to show her, hey, have you ever heard of The Road?
Yeah.
She didn't know anything about it, and I showed her that, and she was like, I need to read the book now.
Yes.
Like my mom got really into that.
Really?
And she tried to play The Last of Us. And I think she got kind of far into it, but I think I took it back or something like that. But anyway, that's always been a thing. You didn't see The Road?
I haven't seen The Road, but now you've made me kind of interested to see it.
Yeah. Well, hey, if your resistance to seeing E.T. it'll mess with you, you don't want to watch The Road. The Road is like, fuck, oh no, just turn this off. I don't want to see this. Do I want to see that? Did you see it?
No.
You haven't seen it? It is a man and his boy.
Yeah.
The world is, I mean, to say it's obliterated is an understatement. There's nothing left. And anybody you run across is going to rob you or kill you. That's it. If you can even find anybody.
Yeah.
And it's just... Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Is his son okay? Is his son okay? No. I don't know if I want to watch this. That whole movie is that for 2 hours. Oh, no, don't go in there. I think there's a guy in there. No. I mean, anybody they come across, the world has come to that. I'll kill you and take your shit.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just brutal. But it's great. I mean, it pays off so well. It's a really great story. I mean, it's Cormac McCarthy or whatever wrote it. Yeah. I mean... It's a good story, but it's hard. It's very difficulty. A very, very difficult. Very difficulty. Yeah, someone in the chat summed it up. The Road is like how much fucked up shit can happen to a guy and a kid in 2 hours. That is the movie. Okay, we just started. Can we just... No, please. This just started. Don't do this.
I'd watch that.
It's good. You would like it.
Okay.
And you could definitely tell The Last of Us was a little bit influenced by it. Just in terms of the relationship between them and stuff like that.
Cool.
Was inspired by that.
What about, like... You don't like Ratatouille, right? Or did you?
I don't like Ratatouille.
Hey, you know what? I gotta be honest. That's the one Pixar movie that I marathoned them all. I saw Cars. When I got to that one, I think there was half an hour left, and I was like, I don't give a shit. And I turned it off, and I never finished it.
No way.
So I don't want to judge it. I don't think I should say it sucks because I haven't seen the whole thing.
Yeah.
I hate doing that if I haven't.
No.
But I wasn't interested when I turned it off. I was sick, and to be fair, I felt like I was Pixar'd out by that point.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe I should try it again on another day. But that was years ago. I should try it again.
Yeah, I don't know. People give it a really hard time, but there's a lot I enjoyed about it. There's a lot of sweet moments. It's very Pixar. There's a lot of sort of father-son stuff in it, which is interesting.
Yeah.
It's one of the weakest ones, but it's still good.
Yeah.
I would still.
Did you go on the ride?